Hey babies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Siren Redd and you're watching Siren Redd Tarot. So today I'll come back with another pick a card read, and this pick a card reading is going to be what don't you see about yourself that others see clearly. So we're going to look into some things that others see about you but you might not notice about yourself. Pile 1, what the people's notice about pile number 1 that said they don't know about themselves. Yo, you know what's crazy, guys? Use both? Okay. I got my laptop today, so that's one thing. So we're one step closer to longer videos and better edited videos. I'm getting my camera next. So I want to say by the end of the month, we should have better, longer videos. So I'm going to ask for some pick a card suggestions because I'm going to do a lock-in and lock myself on the weekend and do like a whole, since we're going to have long videos, I want to do like a special and give y'all like you know, maybe 4 videos that day, 4 edited videos, so y'all can get a taste of what I'm about to give y'all. But let me know. I'm going to make a post so I can get the topics. Because I want some juicy topics that I haven't done already. And I've done a lot of topics already, but I want some like newer ones. You get what I'm saying? I want some newer topics. Right now, I'm just lighting my incense and then we're going to go ahead and get started because I don't want to use that much time. But I'm using my cell phone right now. It's a long incense. Look at this long incense, y'all. Okay, pile number 1. What don't you see about yourself that others see clearly? You got spontaneously, or however you say that word, spontaneously. This is a rose quartz too, or a clear quartz. You know, rose quartz or clear quartz kind of look the same. Color. So what don't you see about yourself? You are probably a serial lover. Who made that song? I think it was Kalani. See, that's why I need my laptop so I can be editing. You know, well, I'll edit like little clips, but not like the whole thing because I don't want to get copyrighted. But the thing is, she has a song called Serial Lover, and then she talks about how like you know, like when she falls in love really fast and then she moves really fast when she really likes someone, like she doesn't feel like I need to get to know you, and then she falls out of love with you. She's like, all right, peace, I'm out of love with you. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's what a serial lover is. Someone who's always in and out of relationships, quick to leave relationships, or quick to start relationships. Honestly, to you, because some of you guys is like, I'm not like that, I take my time. To you, taking your time might be fucking like 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? Or you may not realize it, like, yo, you really will leave somebody and be with somebody else in the next month. Like, it's like you don't have no issues getting over people. Right? And that's what people see about you. You don't. They see that you fought like you the type of, well, I don't really think this is too bad because I'm seeing like you as a type of person that's like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it. I'll go on based on how I feel about this person right now. I don't care like if it's not quote unquote proper, or if I, you know, need to get to know someone, or maybe like this person's not my ideal. It's not the person I'm supposed to be with, because you know how people have like they feel like they're supposed to be with a certain type of people that might be their same, you know, ethnicity or into the same things. Like, you don't care about that stuff. You just fall in love with whoever you want to fall in love with, when you want to fall in love with them, and you don't care about the consequences. You don't, not to say that you're a homewrecker, but listen, some of you guys, I'm scared of some of you guys because you'll be like, listen, I'm not happy and you're not happy. So if you're not happy and I'm not happy, what's the point of us being in this relationship when we can just be together? You can dump your boyfriend, I get up my girlfriend, and we can just be together. You get what I'm saying? So you're like that type of person. So they feel like you're like a hopeless romantic in a nutshell. And I know that some of you guys feel like disagree, but again, this is what people see that you don't. So to you might not feel like you're a hopeless romantic. You might not feel like, you know, taking someone on a $500 date the first time you meet them is a little bit OD when you don't even know that person. You may not feel like every time you meet a guy and you start saying, oh, I think he's the one, or calling him bae and stuff like that, and y'all only know each other 3 days. You may not think that's a bit much because you have a whole, which one you use? you have a whole lot of more, you have a lot more love to give. You get what I'm saying? So that might be like level 1 of your love. You know what I'm saying? Especially I'm getting Taurus, Cancer, and Pisces strong energy, right? So well, people are saying, like, usually this card means that you take a lot of rest, but for me, I'm seeing it as the exact opposite. People feel like you need to rest more. They feel like you need to calm down more. So maybe you guys, maybe some of you guys have had a hot girl summer or hot boy summer. Maybe you guys been out dating. Maybe you guys been out partying. Maybe you guys been hooking up. Or maybe you guys just, you know, just been like playing the field a little bit, going on a lot of dates. And, you know, people around you, like your friends and family, like, or people who know you, they feel like you need to just chill and like sit down for 1 second. But I feel like, listen, if I'm single and I'm ready to mingle and I'm ready to have fun, why would I sit down? Why would I, you know, why wouldn't I go out to the club? Why wouldn't I go to stuff that I like? Why wouldn't I, if somebody asks me to date, I'm single, why say no? You get what I'm saying? Why not go on a date? So some of these people just, you know, they don't realize that to you, it's just like I'm living life. But a lot of people feel like you're supposed to find one person and then you're supposed to keep working on those issues that you had with that person until it works out and stuff like that. You're not like that. You're like, listen, you showed me too many red flags. I'm not about to sit here and stress myself out. So obviously you're not the one and I'm not the one for you. So deuces, literally, and that's just how you are. But they feel like people feel like, and they feel like you need to chill. They feel like this person needs to chill, this person needs to calm down, this person does too much. I don't know why this person is always out and about. Like, I don't get it. Like, why does this person want to chill? So what others see, they see that you're moving around too fast. They see that you're moving around too much, right? As far as your love life or dating life or something like that. And for others of you, because I heard somebody say, oh, that doesn't make sense. For others of you, I don't, for some of you guys, this might not even be true. People might just assume that. Because sometimes when people see you like, hanging out, maybe some of you guys got a lot of guy friends or friends of the opposite sex and they think that you're always dating, or you just know a lot of people, and people have a tendency, especially if you're a female, I don't know why, if you're a female, you know a lot of people tend to think that you dating everybody. Like, no, motherfucker, I'm just liking his pictures. You get what I'm saying? So people, you might be like, got a little bit of a high status or just fun to be around, so people like gravitate to you. So people who don't know you can think that, oh, that person must be dating. That's how they got in that circle. That person must be dating somebody over there. That's how they got in that friend group. You get what I'm saying? Because that's how people are. What people can see, or what they think they can see that you can't, is they feel like you're a little bit too carefree. They feel like you're a little bit too carefree. It's like you don't care to have structure in your mind. It's like you have just enough structure to the point that you're not homeless. You're not, you know, if you are, I'm not, you know, talking about you, but you got just enough structure to where you're not like in the streets and you can't feed yourself and you don't know what's going on, right? You have enough structure to, you know, have a job and make sure you can provide for yourself. But at the same time, you're not like a person that's set in stone. Like, you're not a person that's like, okay, I'm gonna get a job and I'm gonna work there for 30 years. I'm gonna get a wife that I barely like or a husband that I barely like, and I'm gonna just settle with them so they can help me pay half the bills and stuff like that. Like, you're not interested in that type of structure. You're like more interested, like, okay, let me get a job, let me pay my bills, and then I'm gonna rack up all my vacation time, and then I'm gonna go on like a 3-month trip to like Italy, or like, you know, I'm gonna save up my money and I'm gonna just go a year abroad, you know, and not work. Like, you got shit, you do shit like that. Like, you're interested in shit like that. You're interested in having fun, and they feel like you're having too much fun. They feel like you need to mature and grow up. They feel like that. They feel like they see that you're like immature. You know what I'm saying? That's how they feel, and I started saying this was supposed to be what do people see that you can't, but like for some of you guys, I think this is the case, that you might be a little bit immature. You might move too fast. But for others of you, I think that is just, you're just into living your life, and the people who are around you kind of don't see it that way. They see it as being immature and being unruly, because you're not falling in line with what's going on around you. But I don't feel that you're particularly immature. I feel like you're in a youthful energy. I'm gonna say that. I feel like you're in a youthful energy. Let's see. Your last card out is pleasure. Yeah, like I was just saying, like pleasure. Like, I feel like you indulge in pleasure, but people see that you can't. They feel like you overindulge in pleasure. And honestly, I know y'all don't get mad. That's why I'm trying to like clean up a little bit, because you're like, yo, I'm not immature. I don't mess around. Like, listen, even if you texting a whole bunch of people, you still a little bit of a player, okay? And you probably might indulge. You might go on a lot of dates. You might go out partying. You might go to like events. You might, travel, every single time you can. Like you may like to be in the scene. You know what I'm saying? So obviously you're overindulging in something, but it's okay. Like I feel like it's okay, but they feel like you can't see how that's immature. They feel like you can't see how that's doing too much, right? But I feel like the reason why you can't see that is how it's doing too much is because for you it's not doing too much. For you, you feel as though you're living your life, but others, especially around your age, feel like you need to slow down because they're like, why are you doing all this anyway? Like you're not tired? Like we're in our 30s now, like you're still trying to do all this shit. Like why are you going to a fucking Firefly? You get what I'm saying? But you're like, listen, I want to have fun. Like I feel like this pile number one, you have a real youthful heart. You have a youthful heart, a young soul, like you just want to have fun. You get what I'm saying? You're not interested in slowing down. You're not interested in becoming an old boring fart, and that's cool. That is totally cool with me. So in a nutshell, what do people see that you can't? People see that you move fast through life. They see that you love hard. They see that you're a hopeless romantic. They see that you like to have fun. They see that you like to have experiences. You don't really rest. You indulge. You overindulge in things that make you happy. I don't know how you can do that, but like if you really like something, you won't just like, okay, I'm gonna travel a little bit because I like traveling. No, you're like, no, I gotta take a year off and I gotta travel. So that's the type of thing. If somebody said earlier about stop giving examples, how the fuck I'm supposed to read without giving examples? If you don't like the way I read, get off my channel. But that's a side note because I can't like not channel the way I want to channel or I wouldn't be authentic. You're giving me too many rules. But so your quote is, she believed that she could, so she did. So I believe what I'm saying with this pile number two, whether you're a male or female, don't worry about it saying she. I feel like you are a go-getter and you are going to go after your dreams. You're the type of child, you probably always been the type of child that's like touching shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like your mom might have said, oh, that stove is hot, but your ass got to go see if that stove is hot because you just a curious mind. But remember, curious minds are how we got everything we have today. Somebody was curious, so they made, whatever this dragon stuff is made out of clay. So somebody got curious, like, how can I make this? Somebody got curious about, how to make, stuff out of wood, and they started making tables, and now we got tables. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm going with that is having a curious mind is not a bad thing. So even though people around you may see that you're immature, people may feel like you're doing too much. People may feel like, I'm thinking my name how people feel about you, because it's like that. That's what I'm gonna name this. People may feel like you need to slow down. People may feel like you're doing too much, but I think you're doing just enough. I think that you being curious and being spontaneous and being open like that is going to allow you to run into something that you would not have ran into if you chose to follow the pack. So I think you should definitely keep going at the rate that you're on. I think you should definitely keep exploring and definitely keep having fun. But with that being said, that is your reading pile number one. I hope it resonates. If it does, please let me know. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit the post notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a video. If you're interested in a personal reading, information in the description box below. If you're interested in getting and enter my free reading giveaway, all you have to do is leave a red heart in the comment section below. And if we hit 3,600 subscribers, I will choose a winner. Now, what do people see about you that you cannot see, that they think that you can't see? Okay, so you was like the exact opposite of pile number one. So what people feel like they see about you is they feel like you're running out of time. They feel like you work way too hard. They feel like you're always fighting. They feel like you're fighting for your life. They feel like you're fighting for a better life. They feel like you're fighting for a better you. They feel like, they just feel like you be doing too much. They feel like, listen, I understand that you want to be the best that you could be. I understand that you want to have a career. I understand that you want to have a family. But at the same time, like you're working 24/7. When is it going to be time for you to have fun? When is it going to be time for you to sit down? They feel like you always have some type of battle to fight. They feel like every single time you get close to winning a battle, it's another battle that you have to fight. So maybe you want to become more financially secure. So you went back to school and got a better job or started a business or however you did it, right? And you got more financial security. So now you're like, okay, I got more financial security. How do I invest that financial security so I can make sure that it doesn't go? You know what I'm saying? It's like now you got to figure out that. And now you got all these investment accounts and shit like that. And now it's like, okay, from growing. How do I keep my investment accounts growing? So that's another battle. You know what I'm saying? It's like they feel like every time you have a win, you like, okay, that's not good enough. Let me try something more. Okay, that's not good enough. Let me do something more. But I think you guys are probably Taurus or Capricorns, Virgos or Leos, and just like real hard workers. And that's how it is. It's like I feel like, especially like earth and fire signs, like if you set a goal, not to say nobody else's goal into it, but like usually when you set a goal, it's like you get bored after you meet it. So it's like, I have to do something else. And I feel like that's how you feel, pile number 2. It's like you try to meet a goal. You want to meet a goal, and because you want to meet that goal so bad, it's like it's like you'll meet that goal and it's like, okay, what do I do now? Instead of just sitting there and just being like, not to say you're not grateful, like, okay, I'm bored, let me, find something else to do, but they feel like they feel like you act like you're running out of time, but they don't think that you're running out of time. Some of you guys might be relatively young or young to the people around you. Like, you might be 40, you could be in your 40s, and other people could be in their 60s. They're like, oh, you young, you got time. But to you, which one? The red, you sure? Okay, sweet. They feel like you don't have time, but they're trying to tell you, like, you got time. You don't have to move forward. You don't have to always be moving forward. You don't have to always be meeting goals. That shit sound crazy coming out of my mouth, because I'm a Leo, and that shit sound crazy coming out of my mouth. But that's how they feel. They feel like you don't know that you have time, right? So they feel like you so what you don't know is that what I can learn from you. So they feel like you can learn from them and they can learn from you. So how people feel like what you don't know is that they can learn from you and you can learn from them. So some of you guys might have an issue with authority a little bit, because sometimes you might feel like, this is like maybe specific for somebody. Some of you guys may feel like maybe like what is it called, millennials and Generation X. And Generation X and millennials do not want to listen to baby boomers. Like, we're not listening to them because, you know what I'm saying, they got us in a lot of debt, and they didn't know about their spirituality, and they was working until they died. Basically, they was working until their 60s and retiring at 60, not having fun, not understanding money and energy, right? So it's really hard to listen to somebody like that. I get it. So what they're saying, what people feel like you don't know, is that there's still things to learn about people who have quote unquote failed, or people you quote unquote don't want to be like, which in a sense I can kind of get, but I also get why you feel like it's nothing that I can really learn here, because you're not where I'm trying to go. You never tried to go where I'm trying to go, so why would I listen to you? You get what I'm saying? But you have to remember, you can learn something from everyone, pile number 2. So Spirit wants you to remind you of that, because people feel like you can't see that you can learn from others, even if they have less than you, even if they haven't done what you're trying to do. It's something they can teach you, even if it's something small about life, even if it's something about emotional intelligence. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Not everything is financial. A broke man might be able to teach you about emotional intelligence. He don't know nothing about money, but he knows something about that, and that's still important. So you gotta remember that. The next card we have out is tact. So people feel like you don't see how you're always on edge. You don't see how you're always making yourself busy. You don't see how you're pushing yourself to your limits. You don't see how you're trying so hard to get where you want to get. It's kind of overtaking your body. It's kind of putting a damper on your health. It's like you're always on edge. You know what I'm saying? You're always like, I have to get more, I have to do this, I have to do that. And they feel like sometimes it's like they feel like you're hurting yourself, you're hurting your body, you're hurting your mental. So you guys might be trying to hustle and get something really quick. I would try, I know you like, some of you guys are like, oh, I did manifest, I gotta put in the work. You do gotta put in the work, but remember, your manifestations come in when your vibration is high. So you also want to make sure your vibration is high. That means stop it to make sure you exercise and eat healthy as well, not just, working. Right. So what other people feel like they see that you don't, is they see that you're shining. They feel like they can see how shiny you are. Like, you're the sun. It's just how the sun kind of just look content and not happy. But this moon is kind of looking at the sun, and the sun is like, listen, I'm so proud of you. Like, you're so cool. Like, you're so cool. You got your independence. You're doing everything you're supposed to do. Like, you're so lit. Like, this moon is really part of the sun, but the sun don't even look like it's part of itself. You get what I'm saying? It's like people feel like you can't see how much you're shining. You can't see how great you're you're doing. You can't see how much you're doing. You can't see how successful you already are because you're so busy trying to get to the next level. So they just wish that you would kind of stop and look at the dreams that you've accomplished so far. Look at the things that you've done so far. But a lot of you probably feel like, I don't have time for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I have to keep moving forward. You get what I'm saying? I have to keep moving forward. I have to do this. I have to do that. But they just kind of want you to stop and smell the roses, because for a lot of you guys are kind of relatively successful. You get what I'm saying? Relatively, like, for a young age, or for whoever you are, you got enough. You get what I'm saying? Not to say don't stop hustling. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that's how people feel. They feel like, yo, this person's already doing well. Like, why do more? Right? And even if they do, like, they need to stop working so hard and realize they've already done a lot already in their life. And this could be anything, not even just career and finances. This is definitely like schooling. This could be in love life. Maybe you heal from a toxic relationship or something like that, and you feel like, and you're so in a rush to try to get married again or try to be in another relationship because you're like, oh, I'm getting over it, I gotta have kids. But in the reality, it's like, listen, you came out of an abusive and toxic relationship. You used to get your ass beat, and you fucking like walked out of that situation and made a whole new life for yourself. You fucking walked away from that girl and, you know, started a new life for yourself. Like, congratulate yourself for that a little bit. Stop trying to rush and see, okay, let me start working out. Let me see how I can be a better woman. Let me see how I can get a better spouse. Like, you immediately go back on into like training mode for your goals instead of like basking in meeting your last goal. And that's what they saying you can't see. So your quote is, the only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. So basically, Spirit wants you to know that you're going to get everything that you want. As long as you keep working towards it, as long as you keep asking for it, as long as you're matching the vibration of it, you're going to get everything that you want to get. But you got to understand, like, not everything is going to come overnight, and not everything is going to come all at once. It's going to come over time. So sometimes it is okay to relax. It is okay to sit down. And it is okay to not work on your goals and just, you know, have a mental health day, because that's going to help you in the long run. But you will get there. You're going to be whoever you decide you want to be. So if you decided you want to be a doctor, you may not be a doctor tomorrow, but you will be one eventually, okay? So with that being said, that is your reading pile number 2. I hope it resonates. If it does, please let me know. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit the post notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a video. If you're interested in getting a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. If you're interested in entering my free reading giveaway, all you have to do is leave a red heart in the comment section below. Now, pile number 3. What can people see that you can't? People can see that you definitely bounce back from a lot of things. Like, people say that you can't, that you think that you're down, when in reality you're up. You get what I'm saying? Like, people are saying that they've seen you come from a bad place and then bounce back fairly quickly. For you though, you're probably looking at it as like, oh, that was a setback. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, I have to give examples. So I'm being petty right now, but it's like being in a toxic relationship for 3 years, and you get out of that toxic relationship after you was in for 3 years, right? And then you start, you know, going to the gym, working on your mental health, working on self-love, right? It took you feel like, and then you end up not dating for 3 years because you was working on yourself, right? You would feel like, people would feel like, you would feel like, okay, I wasted 3 years, 6 years of my life because 3 was with that person, that bum ass person, and 3 was working on myself, so I wasn't dating. So now I'm almost 36 and I'm not married, and I don't have a new person, so I kind of wasted a lot of time. When in reality, some people go through shit like that and they never bounce back. And that's what they want you to understand. Like, some of the shit that you've been through, some of the shit you should go through, some of the stuff that you overcame, some people go through that shit and they never ever recover from it. But you fairly quickly, in a matter of weeks, months, maybe a few years, you quickly recover from whatever you go through, whether it be a physical. Some of you guys, it was physical injuries. Somebody might have broke their leg or their foot or something like that, and you healed fairly quickly, but you felt like you missed a lot. Maybe you guys played sports or couldn't work or something, but it put a halt on something, and you feel like you missed a lot of time, but they feel like you actually healed really quickly. So you got the independence. Pile 2 got that card too. So if you want to watch Pile 2, you can. You don't have to, but they want you to, people see, and they feel like you don't see how much you shine. They feel like you don't see how great you are. You don't see how much power you have. You don't see how great your aura is. And sometimes when we're in it, we don't really see ourselves. Like I always give the example of like when you first start losing weight, other people notice before you do. So inside you can be like, man, I'm still sad. I've been working out. I've been working on my skin. I've been eating healthier, but I'm still kind of sad about what happened to me, right? But people can already see the glow, right? They can already see like your your hair getting longer, your skin glowing, your body, you losing weight and stuff like that. They can already see all that, but you can't see it because you're in it and you're still, in grind mode. But they feel like you can't see how great you are and see how much you overcame, and then you can't see how powerful you really are. Some people are happy that you can't see how powerful you really are, though. So also some people feel like you don't realize how many people are standing behind you in support. Like you might feel like you're alone, but like obviously, like, so especially like if you're in a spiritual community or open about your spirituality, people believe that you have people helping you, probably some strong ancestors, angels behind you, and they feel like you can't see it. They feel like you can't see how some of the shit that happened to you or some of the shit you went through, you was supposed to probably die from, you was supposed to probably be like fucked up from, you was probably supposed to be broke from, but it didn't happen. You get what I'm saying? Like, for example, like I said, some of you guys might have broken a limb or something, and other people may have died from whatever. Maybe it was in a car accident or some type of something. Other people may have died from it, but you literally just broke a limb. And it's like, you are protected, and the people feel like they can see how protected you are and how your angels and your ancestors or whoever they believe that you believe in stand behind you. They know something is standing behind you. They know you have a strong foundation, whether it's your family, whether it's your angels, your ancestors, whether it's all, but I feel like it's all of that standing behind you, and they feel like you can't see how blessed you really are and how protected you really are, because the average person that went through what you went through would have never made it out, but somehow you did, right? But they feel like you feel like, oh, well, I still went through torture, but it's like, listen, you still made it out. You get what I'm saying? And you made it out fairly quickly, because if I went through that situation, I probably wouldn't have made it out. And that's how people be thinking, though.